the whole match became viral, and WWE wrestlers start to pick up the news as well. Mustafa Ali shared it, Sasha Banks, then like CNN, PN. If you guys want to try to experience live pro wrestling, come and watch. It's a whole different thing to be in the audience rather than watching on video. We have converted a lot of non-fans into fans just by being in the audience. Mostly based in Puchong, Space Rubik's Puchong.
Welcome back to Yamcha Sessions. Today we have Diana and Shaukat on the podcast. Welcome. Thank you guys for coming all the way here. I know it is a journey to drive all the way here.
Our pleasure to be here. Thank you for having us.
Just some context. Okay, so I only watched wrestling up till like Sheamus era.
Yeah.
Okay, when Sheamus was introduced. Okay. So my wrestling knowledge is not exactly, but here my man Vincent here.
Yeah, you guys. Shaukat knows me more. Diana knows me just that day only. Yeah,
because of Let's Get It podcast, and he was telling us, bro, you gotta get these guys on, man. It's crazy.
It's been a while, right?
It's been a while.
I think
last November.
Last November.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wait, last November?
Last November. Yeah.
Oh, last November.
It's 2025 already.
Oh, damn. Okay. So I think if everybody wants to know about you, I think basically Brian's podcast, Let's Get It, already has basically your journey, right? Mm-hmm. I was listening to it and there are parts of it that are sort of missing, but I want to know because I think it's damn interesting, honestly. Okay. And then we can touch on your career as well because normally when you have two guests, you have to just go one by one.
Okay.
All right. But feel free to chip in and all that. Okay.
All right.
Okay. So I know your background in terms of how like you had that whole thing with Booker T, your makan session with him, you sat next to him some more, all that, right?
Yep.
And then he was saying how in order to be in the wrestling industry in Malaysia, you have to create it. Mm-hmm. And I think that's so daunting if you ask me, especially if you're a 25-year-old. Bro, if any senior in any industry told me that, I'm like...
Why is Diana like looking at?
It's quite intimidating, right? Don't you think? I would feel very intimidated because it's a big.
Because I only turned 25 last December. I'm like, oh okay.
Shit! Happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah, but I would feel that is so intimidating, right? But I always ask myself, what would push me to go beyond that level of security? So what made you want to do that? Like what motivated you every day? It's difficult.
It's worse than difficult, to be honest. To start something that doesn't exist, number one. And number two is because pro wrestling has such horrible what's the word?
Stigma
in Malaysia.
Stigma, yeah.
A lot of people think that it's bad in the sense of when it comes to what's the word? I'm trying to.
That violent and
it's just crass.
It's bad for kids.
Exactly. So that on its own is already a challenge in a sense, trying to gain exposure, trying to gain people to watch. But the thing that for me, I think the biggest challenge is the fact that to start something from zero and does not exist whatsoever in Malaysia. So I think to answer your question, the thing that drove me forward is that challenge to try and establish something that isn't there. Because when I first started in the film industry as well, the stunt industry was very much in its infancy. Mm-hmm. Everyone was just doing stunts in the sense of kita hentam je, just do it,
just whack
and just see.
Hopefully, you don't get injured.
Exactly. So I introduced how to do things safely, how to use some camera tricks and everything. So it has grown very, very well. So I credit myself for being one of the pioneers in the sense of creating the stunt industry to become what it is today. So at the same time, that is what I told myself, okay, I've already established a good stunt industry. I have a lot of students who are now stunt masters and coordinators and action directors. Wow. So why not try pro wrestling and see if I can replicate the same success?
Also, prior to this, you were in stunt coordination.
Correct. I'm in the film industry and I've been in the film industry for the past, I think, 17 to 18 years now.
Oh my God.
So there was no like stunt team or stunt agency?
There were stunt teams, but very, very cincai lah.
Very small scale lah, you know, not professional. So you're basically like the Jackie Chan of Malaysia lah.
I wouldn't say that. Before me, there were a lot of teams before me. It's just that I was the one who introduced proper safety,
right,
camera work and everything, like how to do things without killing people
Or injuring.
on set.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I did see like a couple of clips where you were working together with Miss Puyi as well, doing some stunt. And I was like, hey, I thought he's in wrestling. So I now only I'm like realizing this. I said that I'm like, oh yeah, oh my god, maybe it is part of stunt coordination.
Yeah. So it's like whoever, I mean, like actresses and actors in the industry who wants to look good on screen when it comes to action, they'll come to me because they know I have the
Experience.
magic touch to make them look good on screen.
Oh, okay. So I will just go turn by turn, lah.
Sure,
Right?
right.
Okay. So no, Diana. Vince told me that there's works in line, but I cannot say, right? That it's very niche where you're going to be, right?
A good positioning.
Yeah, it's really good position. I don't know what information I cannot disclose, bro. So I'm treading carefully, lah, right?
But
But
whatever I shared was just speculation.
Oh, it's speculation.
It's speculation. It's not they tell me.
oh, okay.
And perspective,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, but what made you want to go into wrestling? It's so
So weird.
no, it's not just weird, man.
It's
Like I think it's so out there, and I know I'm stereotyping, like, because
That's okay.
Muslim girl.
Yep.
That's
Malaysia
so,
some more.
and Malaysia, here is like you're either on the spectrum of super conservative or you're super liberal.
Yeah.
I don't know lah. I don't know why lah. Right, but to go into that aspect of entertainment is so out there. Even for me lah. Maybe I'm quite conservative. I also don't know lah. Right, but what made you want to go into wrestling, man?
I mean, when I first started, I actually only started watching wrestling when I was 13.
Okay.
Yeah, so I started off by playing video games, right? So with my brother and then
Smackdown.
yeah,
The 2K? Is it the 2K
no,
version?
I was playing
Smackdown was just wrong.
PSP.
Oh,
Yeah,
damn.
so like we started from PSP and then like started from the beginning and then we move on to watching on TV. Weekly and that stuff. And then like biasa like kat rumah you always main wrestling with your adik, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like I pernah like skip school just to watch wrestling live. Yeah, you know like sampai macam tu. So I'm like, I think I macam like obsessed with wrestling. So why not like try wrestling? You know?
Oh wow.
At the time, who was your favorite?
My favorite wrestler,
Yeah.
always be Mercedes Money or Sasha Banks.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, but even back then, she's already out already, is it?
When I started watching, she was in NXT.
NXT.
That's how
Yeah.
she is.
What is
I see.
NXT? Sorry.
So NXT is sort of like a
NXT.
developmental brand for
Yes.
WWE where before the wrestlers are trusted into the main programs called Raw and SmackDown, they kind of give them a platform for them to learn further the WWE system, expose to the WWE audience, learn how the production works.
Oh wow.
So Mercedes Moné was one of the we brand them as like the 4 horsewomen. They were the 4 female ladies that are coming up and coming. They're really good in a new era of women wrestling.
Wow.
So she was a fan of one of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like macam I already like wear my hijab since I was 13. So when I decided like macam I want to try wrestling, like I had a thought like how do I manage my hijab, but like at the same time like because I know like wrestling is like very like
Physical.
dan like very ganas and all that stuff, but I macam like apa tu like
You had to go through a lot of barriers,
Go through
man.
a lot.
Parents,
So macam-
friends.
my parents are actually very supportive. So
Wow.
I'm really thankful for them because like without their support, I wouldn't be where I am today now. So yeah, I had to figure some things out like how to make my hijab start grow and all that stuff. But like yeah, it's just how it is like.
Yeah, because I realized that I saw your ring gear during the pandemic time, and then after that
Yeah.
I saw your ring gear like after you updated. It's quite a big update, and their ring gears have. Do you recall how their outfit looks like? Like
I don't.
basically, the way I see both of your outfits are pretty crafted. Who helps you guys to make that
the
kind of
design.
outfit? Yeah.
So
But-
basically,
Nick can pull this up on the screen so
would.
that people can see
So
too.
we can see
Yeah.
Yeah.
But who
So-
does it?
I usually design.
Oh shoot! No way, bro!
Runs the whole wrestling company down to designing the thing.
I design my gear and then I give the concept for hers as well, and then we work with. Back then, I used to design myself, as in like I draw.
You sew it.
I don't know. I just design, I draw, and then I pass it to
the tailor.
seamstress. So our seamstress is based in the States,
Oh.
US, and then but for now, I think because like I'm not really happy with my own touch when it comes to the design itself. So I just come up with a concept, and then like both of us will work with our own individual designers. Like I have my own designer, she has her own designer that she works with, and then from the concept they turn it into design and illustration. Then we send to our seamstress and they do it.
That is mad, man.
So when you started, of course, you don't have that outfit, right? So how did you manage to manage the action and keeping your hijab intact?
Because like, okay, so during training, I like, I just pakai my hijab, right? And then like I find like some clothes I just like to ikat my tudung belakang. So like I'll make sure like
it doesn't get
won't come
loose.
out. Yeah.
Oh damn.
So that's how it looks like lah.
So it's more tight. Make sure that do whatever it takes to make sure it doesn't come out.
Yeah.
Damn, girl.
This one is a new outfit.
Yeah, the left one. Yep.
Yeah.
Damn.
That one.
So this is like world stage ready.
Yeah, man. That is flair, man. That one.
Yeah, the top left there. Yep.
Is that your pose?
Yep.
Girl, that is the shit. Dude. I feel it, man.
So from there, then after that, you how long did it take from being 13 to finally actually trying it out?
So I first started when I was 16. I remember actually when I was 15, I already like started looking up for wrestling in Malaysia, but back then like there weren't any promotion. So I remember like I tell myself, oh maybe like after SPM I would go to Singapore and then train there, because like there was a wrestling that in Singapore called
Singapore Pro Wrestling. Yeah.
And then like I keep on like searching and stuff, and then I found Persatuan Gusti Malaysia.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. PGM, yes,
yeah,
correct.
good old days.
Yes, and then like late 2016, I messaged Coach Shaukat on Instagram. I said like, hi, macam mana nak join, boleh ke?
So demure.
Yeah, and then like,
So polite.
do you remember what you replied? I pun dah lupa
I
dah.
can't remember, but
Yeah.
I remember my reaction because as human beings we do remember our core memories are what we feel.
Yeah,
at that point,
yeah.
right? So memang when she DM me and then when I saw her profile, I still remember that feeling. It's like, yeah, betul dia nak wrestle. She was this small, tiny, hijabi girl.
Yeah.
And then macam even in the profile pictures you can see that she's macam this ordinary school girl, very small, very tiny, glasses on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Macam, betul ke dia ni? Is she serious? And then but I do believe that we should never
Judge
Judge
immediately.
someone.
Yeah. Give them a shot. Yeah.
give them a shot. Like everyone deserves a chance. So I asked her to come and try out, and she came and then she stayed all the way until today lah.
You know, my personal
9 years
experience. My personal experience going into APEC show that day was that I didn't recognize you at first.
Oh.
Okay, first of all, I was a bit overwhelmed, to be honest. I know who Serigala is. Serigala is like monster beast lah.
Okay.
It's like, it looks crazy, great look lah. You know, I didn't even dare to say hi to him. And then after the show, where I was walking out after I shake hands with both of you guys, then he was like walking past. You know, I didn't even dare to say bye to him.
With the blood and everything.
Yeah, with the blood, it looks like wow, it looks like a beast. But yeah, it's like never underestimate the look, because at first, obviously I noticed you but I didn't notice that you were Diana.
Yeah.
So the transformation from like, you know, after you fix up your appearance and the outfit, it's like completely different persona. There's the aura lah. That's how the Gen Zs would say it. Yeah. So it's a different look.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to you, Shaukat. All right. So when you mentioned how you had to start from ground zero and you like the challenge and everything like that, right? What were some of the first steps you wanted to do first? Because creating an industry within this, like you can say it's very new lah, right? In this country, right? What were the first steps you took, man? Like, is it sourcing for like how do you build a ring first? Do you do the school first?
So back then I didn't have knowledge about pro wrestling as a whole. It's just basically based on a fan perspective of what I understand wrestling is, you know, by reading books and watching documentaries. So I don't really actually know what pro wrestling is. I just know that it's a predetermined stunt show, so on and so forth. So I kind of like correlate, like, oh, if I can do stunt, I can become a pro wrestler. So the first thing I did was I opened up this school in Bandar Tun Hussein On.
Okay.
So, but I built a Muay Thai ring because I didn't know that pro wrestling ring
It's
and Muay Thai
different.
is different.
It's different.
And
You
then,
gotta absorb the shock, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, and then I did an online thing where it was there was like an audition for those who wanted to become a pro wrestler.
Uh.
So a lot of people turned out, but most of them were like kids and children and nerds. Sorry to use the term. I don't mean it in the derogatory way. It's just that when I say that, what I mean is bookworms lah, basically. The people who don't play sports. So they want to try out pro wrestling. Same thing. Always give people a chance. So I started out with 4 students that I selected from the auditions. And then from that 4, I trained them to our very first show. And then from there, just kind of grew. Like more and more people joined because I was just posting our training videos online and everything. So more people joined us. And then we did this show in conjunction with PG Mania, which is a fan convention with Peminat Gusti Malaysia and Malaysian Wrestling Club. And then that was when I think was that the first time you saw us or before that?
Yeah, that was the first time.
First time. So she came to the fan convention and then we had a show there in a Muay Thai ring.
Oh, wow.
So that was our first show. And after that, because there was traffic, there was volume watching our shows, people started to join.
Right. So it kind of grew organically to how people know you guys.
Yep.
Wow, that's crazy because I'm surprised that you say kids are the ones that come, especially when parents thought that maybe this is violent, doing this.
A lot of parents would rather that their children train pro wrestling rather than become, people who just stay home, play games, so on and so forth.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So
because you want them to be more active anyway,
exactly.
right?
And these days, a lot of children are just glued to their phones and screens. Even 10 years back, that was when the zaman where phones technology was introduced.
Yeah.
So a lot of children were just playing computer games, PS4, so on and so forth.
But these parents who send these kids, these parents are also wrestling fans, is it?
No.
I am very
So
surprised.
supportive.
It's like,
what kind of parents do I have lah? The shit.
It's like I would rather send my kids to do something physical rather than having them just stay
Look at
home and
their
play
phones.
games.
it'd be
That kind of
so-
mindset.
It would be so nice, man, if my parents did that. If there's such thing, then I don't have to wrestle in my school.
Wow. Damn, man.
Yeah.
So it already had sort of like a fly trap. A lot of people memang had this fan for wrestling, and also it was boasted by parents who want their kids to be more active lah.
Yep, that's true.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I watched one of your podcasts. You were saying that there's this Malay podcast, right? They were asking like something. Is there a lot of wrestling fans in Malaysia? And then you were saying like there's 2 types. One is the one that is like really outright, like myself, will say like, oh, publicly I love wrestling. While there's another one that's like more segan a bit, but they don't want to admit, those kind.
Yeah.
But I think that podcast was quite some time ago. How do you see that the Malaysia scene in terms of wrestling community has been now? Like, is it more supportive or
I think it's still the same.
still the same?
Roughly the same because wrestling until today has a very negative stigma. Also, when it comes to nowadays, like people want to be cool by joining the MMA and ONE FC and Muay Thai,
Yeah.
hype train, right? So whenever they say anything that has to do with WWE Pro Wrestling, the first thing they comment is, "Oh, it's fake." We want to watch real fight, or this is fake fighting, so on and so forth. So I think the funny part is that a lot of these guys, they don't really understand that pro wrestling is sport entertainment. And MMA, Muay Thai, and everything is combat sports. The whole two.
It's a different thing altogether.
Exactly.
One is entertainment and one is sport, lah, right?
So they just bash pro wrestling just because they want to show that, I watch ONE FC, or I watch UFC,
I used to be in, I will admit, I used to be that time. I'm like, what's the point? What's the point of watching? And then he tells me, bro, it's the story, bro. And he sells me the story. I'm like, okay, I'm listening. And now I kind of get it. I understand why there is a following. Because you follow a wrestler that you like, or you follow a certain storyline. But it's just that I think in Malaysia, when I was a kid, I think he's mentioned this before, you watch parts of the fights.
Yep.
But you need to do pay-per-view. Then you can watch the finale and all that to see the conclusion.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. And I'm like, ayo, maybe that's why I stopped lah. Because I never see a conclusion, right? And you never really saw growth. You just saw...
A lot of fans, just because they don't want to get hantam with their other friends who are on this hype train, so they hide that they watch pro wrestling. Betul lah boring kan pro wrestling ni. Betul lah fake lah. Watch MMA lah. But truth is, when they watch, they'll get glued. Like, the reason why I know this is because Impact Wrestling these days, what we do is we have wrestling matches, exhibition matches in Muay Thai shows. And we have been doing it for last year for quite consistent on a consistent basis. And the pro wrestling matches, even though it's just one single match,
You'll
will
hype.
have the most amount of reaction as compared to the entire match card. Even bigger than the main event. You can see people jumping, you can see people like grabbing their head. They react to the story that we're telling in the ring. So that alone shows how much people actually enjoy pro wrestling. It's just that they are keeping it inside.
Wow.
And also back then, it's like you watch wrestling from TV3 days, you know. So TV3, they only have 1 hour time slot for a 2 hour show. So they cut a lot of like some good parts, right? They show halfway, then they cut off.
Bro, every time they cut the chair part, you know, that type of thing. Sometimes just to keep you like,
Oh.
what?
And then after that, if you keep on watching, then if you don't watch the pay-per-view, then all of a sudden the following week you watch back TV3,
Different.
right? Then it's like, what happened to the story? Why they stop fighting? Why suddenly there's you know?
Yeah.
So back then, a lot of people like The Rock and Stone Cold because the entertainment value is so strong. You know, but then after that, they kind of transitioned to a little bit more of a technical wrestling. The showmanship, as fun as like as what we call the Attitude Era, the Rock and Stone Cold time, is not as much as when they move on away from that. So I think that's where a lot of wrestling fans kind of drop off. Like a lot
I
of
see.
mainstream Malaysians who used to watch it, they only usually say that I watch up to The Rock and Stone Cold. Yeah, but
A lot of my peers.
they will seldom say I watch John Cena, Randy Orton. They know, but they don't really watch it.
Oh.
But I think, do you know that WWE is on Netflix already?
No way, what?
It's on Netflix.
Yeah, so I think it's a new era that possibly wrestling can be cool again. That a lot of people can say that, yeah, I love wrestling. It's on
Wow.
Netflix, man.
And out of all the Southeast Asian countries, WWE is only out in Singapore, Malaysia, and Indonesia only. The other
Damn.
countries are unfortunately not selected. Like Malaysia wasn't supposed to be on the list, but it got selected last minute to be on the list.
Because you did something, eh?
No.
Cannot say, is it? Okay. I also want to talk about like the whole fitness aspect of it. Because when I was listening to the Let's Get It podcast, and I know this is sort of controversial, but you take it with a pinch of salt. You were saying how like you're a purist person, right? And you were from that era where you learn from the great era like Booker T and all these guys, right? And you're saying how like the new generation, they don't really commit in a sense. They do a lot of flips for show and all that, right? And I was talking to Vincent about it too. And he was also saying how like how when they do all the flips, it's like temporary wows. But it's not like a long-term story that you build. It's not like a long-term thing that you're committing. And also they don't really show up for training and everything like that, right? But I want to ask you specifically, right? What is your training like and how do you prepare for your shows? Because I know when you go on the road and all that, right, it's quite extensive and you're damn tired, right? So what is your workout regime and what do you do? Because normally girls don't build muscle. I mean, that's the stereotype, right?
Yeah.
But I think things are changing. But I want to know what your workouts are. What is your workout encompass?
So I do a full body workout. So my workout is 5 times a week.
Oh,
and
damn.
My program is designed by Coach Shaukat. And like, yeah, and then wrestling training like 2 times a week.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, and when I work out, I also monitored by coach as well. So like he pushed me as well to really like push my limits in the gym and all the stuff. Like, cause right now I'm on a diet.
Okay.
But I'm trying to bulking right now.
Ah.
So I am like 45. I'm targeting to 50 kg right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is hard, man.
Yeah.
During the show, right? I was so focused on videoing that I didn't really pay attention too much. But
You did a very good job videoing, by the way. Just
thanks. It was a blast.
You have an eye for wrestling, so
Yeah.
It was
helps a
a
lot.
blast. What would you describe as your wrestling style? Like, I don't really know too much about categories of styles, but what are you, a brawler, grappler, what technician or whatever?
I would say I'm a little mix of technical and a bit of high flying.
Oh.
But if you want to ask me what is my style, I would say TV style.
TV style, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
like a WWE style.
The showmanship, is it?
Like a storytelling.
Storytelling,
Yes.
yeah.
Yep.
Right.
That's what Apex Wrestling and Coach.
It's
always
like
say.
what you mentioned earlier. One of the reasons why a lot of people stop watching wrestling is not just because of the reasons mentioned before, but also because of the same reasons where the performers these days, they are too focused on what they
Flashy.
want to do in the ring. They want to show off all their acrobatics, so on and so forth, to the point that they forget about the true essence of pro wrestling, which is the storytelling aspect. So when that happens, as an audience, you can no longer connect with what's going on in the ring. Like you see them doing the flips, wow, good.
It's
Best
temporary shock value.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you don't really get invested into the characters, like how you did with The Rock and Austin. Because let's be honest, if you watch back Attitude Era, the level of wrestling compared to today, the athleticism, the acrobatics and everything, The Rock and Austin did very little stuff.
So small compared to now.
Compared to now, right?
Yeah.
Back then was just stomps and like body slams.
Choke
and-
slam also was a big thing already,
Exactly.
It's like, wow, choke slam, damn. But actually, now it's
Yes.
like a regular move. Yeah.
But the reason why people love wrestling so much those days was because the performers knew what to do to reel them in a sense of storytelling and getting them to be invested in the characters.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I never knew, right, this aspect would be so important, But do you feel like you need to show your body to look like it's part of the story? So for example, right, I think a big component of it is also the discipline of behind the scenes. It's not just in the ring, right? Like you have to somewhat jaga fitness. You have to jaga what you eat. You got to jaga like your sleep to a certain extent. Otherwise, you're going to look terrible in the ring. You got to look the part, right? I feel like a lot of wrestlers, do you feel like a lot of wrestlers nowadays don't jaga those aspects? They don't look after those aspects?
If you watch high level wrestling, when I mention high level, it's TV wrestling lah, like WWE, AEW, TNA wrestling.
TNA, holy crap, I haven't heard that in so long.
TNA is back, by the way, and they're doing very, very well.
Oh, damn.
TNA, what else? OVW.
TNA is total non-stop action, right?
Yeah.
My God, bro, I haven't
Back
heard
in
that.
Astro in Channel 71.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Reality of wrestling as well.
Yeah.
So all this TV level or this high level wrestling, if you watch the performers, everyone is in shape
Yeah.
because it's part of.
It's the show also. You have to
Exactly.
live up to the,
It's exactly like, let's say for example, if I'm a director, I have a script, and the script requires me to find a hero who is supposed to be, like a Greek god. So you need to find someone who fits the role, someone who looks like a Greek god. So obviously, you need to cast someone who has a shape.
Yeah.
So it's the same as pro wrestling. How are the audience supposed to believe that you are a legitimate threat of a fighter
When you look like.
exactly if you look like an average Joe?
Yeah.
That's the word. Like you don't want to look like an average Joe when it comes to pro wrestling. So like the first impression that you got when you saw me, I was like, oh, dude, this dude is jacked.
Bro, that's the first thing I said. Bro, you are so jacked, bro, in real life. My God.
So that is what we want to achieve as pro wrestlers. So when average people see us, they'll be like, this guy,
Real or not?
yeah.
Look like hero figure, bro.
Bro, you should check out Serigala, man.
Is it? Bro, just pull up Serigala, bro. Serigala wrestler, bro.
What's his ID?
Azwan Serigala.
Azwan Serigala.
When you see him in real life, whoa, I don't want to say hi to him. But funny thing is that his character is a good guy.
Dude, I have so much respect for people who can maintain your body shape on the road like that. It is not easy, man. Especially, when there's this misconception of even not just girls, like guys also at the gym. Oh, I don't want to lift heavy, I don't want to look too buff. I'm like, bro, you dream like you want to look buff. You know how hard you have to work out to get buff. I work out 3, 4.
So difficult.
Yeah.
It's so hard, bro.
So difficult.
Oh shit. This guy's a monster, bro.
There you go. So this one is Azroy.
How?
Oh,
He's
Azru.
our current champion.
I was so impressed with him.
So next is Azroy is how young is he?
21 or
21.
And look at him. He looks like a legitimate.
21
Yeah, it
only.
looks really legitimate.
Yeah.
Bro, this Serigala guy also damn jack, bro.
But not only that, but the guy that is fighting, that's the event I was shooting, right? So
Oh.
the Azroy guy, he's like the villain.
Oh.
And he's like sticking to his character the whole time from the moment he walks out all the way he walks in. Wow, it's like, wow, this guy is like sticking to his character, man. Like,
Wow.
he knows how to portray that really well. That's insane.
Bro, can I see more pictures of Serigala? Can you just like scroll through? Look how tall is this guy?
Okay, I would say hi to that guy.
He's 5'11".
the one that
5'11".
Yeah.
Damn, dude. I feel sometimes, right, when you watch it on TV and you watch it like on YouTube, it does not reflect the reality of how jacked this guy is.
Oh, definitely.
When you see in real life, right,
They're all huge, man. Those guys, even like if you think I'm jacked, imagine me walking among those monsters in the States.
Bro, I don't even.
Zack Ryder, right?
Yeah, I mean, like you know that
absolutely.
I mean, on
Matt
TV he
Cardona.
looks
It looks like a normal.
Every-
Yeah.
Is Zack Ryder RY?
Matt Cardona.
Matt Cardona.
How do you spell that?
MATT.
Uh-huh.
CARDON.
Okay. Oh, bro, you got to speak nearer to the mic a bit.
sorry.
huh?
Yeah. So if you watch him on TV, he looks like an average person, especially in WWE because
You're comparing it with like.
him
Sure,
with all
like
the other bigger
King.
guys, right?
Yeah.
And then if you put me next to him, then you'll see how huge he actually is. There's a photo of me with him as well.
Oh
Yeah.
damn!
Yeah, that's
you know,
it.
like he's quite big lah. You look at the size of his neck lah, dude.
Yeah, but I mean, if you put him next to another wrestler,
It
next
is.
to another WWE superstar,
Yeah, it is, man. Like there's this one guy called Shelton Benjamin. You know, he looks like as if he's not a very big guy, but
yeah,
in
but
real
he's
life,
actually huge.
yeah, he's huge and tall. So I want to ask, like, I think I want to ask this question to both of you guys. Like, I think individually, both of you guys will have different aspirations on what you guys want to achieve in your wrestling journey, right? So maybe I start with you first. Like, now that you've come to this point where you made some connections, you're trying to build your own school. What is your aspiration, and where do you want to go to become next?
What's your next step,
Yeah, your next step in your wrestling journey.
So let's put this in a bigger perspective, which is not about me, but more about the industry itself. So the first thing that I really want to achieve is to get a TV slot for Impact Wrestling in Malaysia. Because I think we have the potential. We have a great product. It's just that we need
Visibility.
visibility, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think this one I can mention lah because it's already out there on the internet. A WWE scout, well-known WWE scout, his name is Gabe Sapolsky. He is the founder of ROH, Ring of Honor, Evolve Wrestling, and he is now the main scout for WWE. So when he watched Impact Wrestling, he watched the entire show. Which show was it?
Wrestle Legend.
Wrestle Legend. He watched the entire show. In his words, Impact Wrestling is the best that he's seen ever.
God damn.
The best that he's watched ever in a sense of performance-wise,
Entertainment.
package, the product as a whole. So to the point where like any of my superstars like Diana, like Azroy, Shigala, Double K, like when he watched them, he's like, these guys are superstars. Like, you guys need a platform. So
Yeah.
we have the product, we have the talent, we have that world-class quality. We just need to get it
You
out.
need eyes, bro.
Exactly. You just need to get it out there. That's it.
What is the main challenge you need to overcome? Like, to get that slot, right? I'm sure there's a barrier. There is something that says, oh, you can't do it because of this. I am sure they have like a hard rule. They have like is it a monetary thing?
Yeah. So basically, I think one of the number one is these stations. They obviously want to try to make money lah. Number one, because I know for a fact that when it comes to airtime, you need to pay for it, right?
Yeah.
So if you're not paying for it, you need to find sponsors to cover the airtime.
Okay.
So usually the first thing they do is they'll try to make a sale because when I inquire this, they'll straight away forward me to their marketing department. So I heard you want to do a wrestling show. Sure, we're all cool and everything, but this is the price to have a slot.
I see.
Yeah. And then the second thing that I always hear is why should we put local wrestling when we already have WWE?
Yeah.
So
You're comparing with a behemoth monster.
exactly, something that has been around for over 80 years. That doesn't make sense.
That's
But
true. That's true.
That's what usually some of them would say.
I think it's so hard to defend both sides, It's like I understand where you're coming from.
Yep.
Because they're a business, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And the business needs to operate where people need to get paid.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And if a lot of people need to get paid, they need to earn money.
Yeah, they have a KPI. that they have to
Yeah.
achieve.
And it's so hard from your end as well because if like your product is so good and even people recognize it also, but people don't give you a shot, right? It's also like,
Yeah, I gotta agree. I mean, like, I myself, who is a fan of, anybody who watch wrestling is a fan of WWE, right? Then to suddenly think about, oh, Malaysia has won, instantly you might be thinking, it's not gonna be that good, lah. Of course, first of all, how can you compare, lah, right, with the machine? Yeah. And even I myself, who has watched up until like 20 years, only I can say, wow, I go to a local Malaysia wrestling show. Oh, it's damn good. But I know you guys have been existing for quite some time. Never made a visit So I was wondering, like, if you get a TV station airtime slot, right? What kind of fan base do you think you'll be attracting? Because I think you want to get the mainstream Malay audience, right? Am I right to say
Not
that?
really. I would just
Chinese
I would
families.
just say mainstream audience
Mainstream
because
audience.
exactly like
Chinese families.
if you noticed the other day when we did our show, the majority of audience was Chinese families.
Oh,
Not even
Because it's a family day out.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean,
Wow.
like, and some of them were first timers, and then some
Yeah.
of them just wanted to experience pro wrestling. And then, like, when you speak to them, because I like to ask them questions, especially new faces when I see in the shows. So they would say that this is their first time coming, and then like it's a family day out. They just want to experience something new. And then some of them even until today, like the one in the GCD shows, our student shows, the family that always come, like they make it a norm to come to our shows already. Like
Oh,
they came
wow.
to try it out for the first time, and then they loved it. And then the whole family comes, like the parents and 3 kids, and the kids are range from like 7 to 13 years old.
Well, that's peak, bro. That's peak time to like wrestling, bro.
Exactly.
yeah. Then he'll go back to school.
Yeah, man.
Since we do like WWE style, TV style matches that emphasize on storytelling, I do believe that we can pull in mainstream audience very easily.
I see. I think especially with WWE on Netflix, the awareness is going to be more.
Yeah.
It's going to change the landscape. Well, what about you, Diana? What is your aspiration as a wrestler?
Your next goal,
your
lah,
next
you know.
goal.
You move the mic also, because you need to speak directly to the round part. Yeah.
So my main goal is always to be on the biggest stage of them all, which is WWE. Well, I feel like it's close.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean like that's always my main goals. And then I feel like as a hijabi there are no representation
Definitely.
in WWE.
Yeah.
And I feel like my involvement in WWE like will make such a big deal because I
It
feel
won't be a
like
big deal.
I am not only like targeting the Muslim women but also like Muslim around the world.
Yeah.
You're
And-
making history, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and I also feel like as a Malaysian girl, I feel like when I already there, like they can also think like, oh my god, like she has make it to WWE, so
I
like this
can
is
too.
time like I can too, because I know there's a lot of girls in Malaysia who wants to try wrestling but dorang takut, and then like
Serious?
it's like their parents tak bagi because like there's no
Figure.
career figure and also like a career pro wrestler, you know, dekat Malaysia ni lagi belum ada. So I feel like once I'm there, I hope like
You will
to
inspire.
more and like open doors for more like
You're like the new
especially
Nicole
girls.
David, bro.
Oh my god, thank you.
If you do it right, you will be like the new Nicole David. You know how many people she's inspired, even in ours, because we were from the same high school. Even her, right, inspired boys, you know. Boys are like, wow, a Malaysian can become number 1. Holy crap, man. It's belief, you know.
Yeah.
And all people need is belief.
Yep.
It's like if you started this industry, right, people have belief. It's not even wrestling, you know. It could be any industry. You know, like, if he can do it, that means we can do it too.
Yep.
Because you're just scared, right? You know, most of the time you're just like, oh, I don't know. I think better not. I play. I just become an accountant.
Yeah.
Then after when you see people do it, you're like, wow, actually maybe I can achieve my dreams, man.
Yeah.
I think it's the same thing for a lot of sports too, like football and all that. You just haven't seen that first.
The first one
Yeah.
to really like, achieve that. Yeah.
And the moment they've done that like you become the first, you already have like found the jalan for them.
Yes.
I mean, more or less, right? People find their own way towards that end. But because you've had that journey already, they're like, okay, more or less, I can follow this that thing. It's quite crazy, man. When he told me this is mad, man.
But you have already like can sort of in a way publicly known as, not to say we want to be the first, but you are kind of like the first, right? Like hijabi Muslim wrestler around the world, because I've not been
Yes.
exposed to any of it.
Yes, correct.
So how I'm sure you've already like started influencing people who watch wrestling. Have you had any stories where they reach out to you, they DMs you, and it's like, wow, you know?
Yeah, so like after that, I went viral, and then like there's also like one girl in Singapore. So like her name is Sarah. So she's also a hijabi, and then like she was inspired by me to study pro wrestling.
Wow.
Yeah, so like right now she's in Grapple Max. So yeah, like
In
I
what?
have
Grapple
Grapple
Max.
Max in
Grapple
Singapore.
Max in
It's a
Singapore.
promotion.
Oh,
it's
okay.
a promotion called Grapple Max, and she's is now a wrestler as well.
Right.
So like
right.
I have made my like
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's insane. So like, okay, so how is it like? I don't know if you can say this or not, but how is it like dealing with WWE? Like the experiences with WWE? I mean, you don't have to tell me the confidentiality, but just it's like what is the process like?
So like for me myself, I have a mentor.
Yeah.
Mentor in a sense where he would always comment on my performance and tell me what to improve, so on and so forth. And so basically, he's a scout for WWE. And then from there, we communicate very often. Like for me, myself, after every match, after every show, if there's any videos, like he always want to see it. And then he would always give feedback and so on and so forth. So came to a point, I think last year he said that, that's it, perfect.
Wow.
This is exactly what WWE wants.
Wow.
Yeah, so when back then I used to have doubt, like because number one, I'm in WWE. There's a stigma where you have to be big, hulking, tall to be
to be present.
signed
Yeah,
there.
to have that presence on
Exactly.
the ring.
And you need to be young as well. So like for me, I'm 36 years old, and that is considered old when it comes to signing with WWE.
But thank God you're Asian. So at least you minus you contract a bit like 5-6 years, bro.
10 years, I will hit 10 years.
Yeah. So you still look like you're maybe mid to late 20s. I think can pass, bro.
Yeah.
Pass.
But I think things have changed, right? I mean, LA Knight and Damian Priest is like in their 45s, right?
Yeah, but LA Knight, he has built his name in TNA.
Oh.
And same as Damian Priest. It's a lot easier when you're already based there.
Oh, yeah.
So
true.
when it comes to someone like me who is totally foreign, don't have a fan base there yet. Like I do have a fan base there, but it's mainly in Texas. Because I'm based in Reality of Wrestling.
Reality of Wrestling,
so I'm
Based in where, sorry?
Reality of Wrestling. It's a promotion based in Texas, owned by Booker T. So that promotion, it's out on TV, on the CW channel. So I have my fan base in Texas. So it's growing. It's doing very well as well. And RW is also under the WWE development system today.
Yeah, I thought sorry, what?
RW. Reality of Wrestling.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
ROW. Yeah, right.
So back then I used to have doubt because I'm old, I'm short, and I'm not hulking, like bodybuilder-ish look.
You look like that to me, brother. Brother, when you came out of that car, I'm like, dude, there's no way you fit that car, bro. That's crazy, dude. Okay.
So but when a WWE scout tells me that you are perfect, exactly what WWE wants, that's it. Just maintain what you're doing. When someone of his stature
says
something like that, that is when I go like, you know what? If he says something like that, that means carries weight. So now I know that the doubt has to be erased. I know that.
Bro, I wish someone said that to everybody in their life so that they felt more confident.
Exactly.
Sometimes you just need that. Yep. You need someone to tell you that you're doing good. Maintain only.
Exactly.
Maintain is so hard also.
In any industry, I think. In any industry, you need to find a mentor who is willing to give you
constructive feedback
that is 100% pure and genuine. Because you don't want to get someone who, number one, jagati. You're doing good. Or you don't want to find someone. Because like I know that he's with WWE, so he's very brutal with his comments. Like I have, I think like a year ago, right? When I first started with him, memang kena tama. Memang there's a lot of things yang wrong with me. It's like, you need to work on this. And then same as when he watched like one of my students show a match on Sun, memang he said, very horrible. So he's very brutal with his feedbacks. But that is good.
Wow, but the payoff now.
Exactly. Because you know exactly that he's gonna tell you how it is, right? So in any industry, you want to find a mentor who is able to give you that feedback, and
it's genuine feedback too.
Exactly. And the one that can finally say like, you know what, you're on the right track.
Do you feel like he's very brutal to you?
Yes.
That means he's doing good lah, right?
Yes, but I think that's a good thing as juga. Sebab like I need someone yang like can push me juga.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, it really like helped me to like focus on my goals juga. Kalau tak macam I'm just like
you la la,
like oh la la la, just like not doing nothing, Yeah.
It is quite tough because sometimes even the self-discipline, you don't know that you're going into that point of I'm just doing it because it's part of my routine.
Yep.
And then you just do and do and do. And then you're like, oh, I've been doing it wrong this whole time, you know?
Yeah, nobody's telling me.
Yeah. So a third party perspective sometimes when they tell you, so you in your performance, and then he tells you, no, you are doing this and the performance is not up to par. It really pushes you, or at least you are maintaining, which is already very difficult lah.
You know, as a observation from what my last experience at APAC Wrestling is, at first going into it because I bought a ticket to the show, but I kind of know like the characters, but not enough to know where they are at in terms of like what's their story, what's their deal, what's their interest and stuff like that. So I thought like going into the show, I may have a difficult time in picking up the stories, but surprisingly, to me, the show is formatted in a way where even if you don't know, you go inside, you learn the stories.
Oh, okay.
Like now, I'm looking forward to see like maybe for example how you're gonna get back the championship, you know, or for example like is Serigala gonna get his revenge? You know, he's busted open. What some other guys are doing, you know. I want to see like what
Progression. What's the progression?
Yeah, what Cobra Kai, is it Cobra Kid?
It's Conrad Kai.
Conrad Kai, yeah, that's another wrestler, right? You go to the show and then you see these characters and you watch the show and instantly you can follow. Then it makes you look forward. Okay, I want to see the next show. What's gonna happen?
Wow.
So I want to get you guys to go into the show as well.
We'll go. Who does the creative direction? Is it you?
Yeah.
Bro, what do you not do lah? How do you, bro? What is your secret? Please tell me your workout split. What is your workout split, bro? Please tell me.
My workout split is it's a
Push pull legs ah.
No. It's I would say it's six days a week. So 6 days a week. I have chest, legs, and back.
Okay.
But then I have the accessories on those days as well.
Chest, legs, back is one day, or is it chest, legs?
One day, and
Okay.
then I repeat.
Oh,
So
chest,
it's
legs,
twice
back.
a week So chest twice a week, legs twice a week, back twice a week, with the accessories. Accessories meaning minor muscle group like biceps, triceps, shoulders.
Oh,
Right. Okay. I don't know whether this is a controversial thing to ask lah, but like, first, do any of the local pro wrestlers do steroids? And two, is it legal to do steroids because it's a show anyway, right? So I'm not sure about steroid use and all that, because to look that jacked, right? Sometimes I'll be real lah. Okay, I think I work out quite hard lah. Do you think I work out hard lah, bro?
yeah.
Do you think I work out hard, Dick? Bro, I think I work out pretty hard, bro. But I cannot look jacked, bro.
Okay,
Do you do it?
So I'm gonna ask you these questions and see if you can answer. Do you prep your own meals?
I used to, but it was my less progress. That one. Really. If I go out now, I buy chicken rice, it's better.
Alright, so number one is, do you prep your own meals and do you do it consistently for every single day? Number one. And then number two is when you work out, do you keep track of every single thing?
I do.
In like the weights,
The weight, the reps, and how I feel.
Do you progress on the sets?
I do. But it's long lah, because sometimes when you hit that weight, you're like, wow, plateau is quite long. And I'm trying to push, but maybe it's a mindset, maybe not enough sleep, that type of thing as well.
Okay, so do you know what's the word? Do you know when it comes to the periodization principles, like how many sets to increase every single week, and then when it is time to deload?
No, I don't know. Oh.
Check that one out. That is one of the things that helped me improve a lot.
I don't even know how to spell that. What? Pre what?
Periodization.
Periodization.
It's like basically, you know, Mike Israel. Do you watch Mike Israel?
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
shit.
I learned from him.
Bro, I intro you later. It's basically this bald Jewish guy who's so good at hypertrophy at workouts. Basically, he's saying the load is important, but as well as the stretch.
Right.
So when you stretch, like for example, you do a pull-up. We were talking about pull-ups last night. When you do a pull-up, your lats are the ones that are engaged. But sometimes when you do like assisted pull-ups and you're not doing it all the way, you might as well just don't do it. You know? Okay. So I'll look into...
So it sounds to me like you are 70% there in a way, in a sense where you understand roughly about the laws of training. But when it comes to the meal prep, you said you used to, but now you prefer to buy out like chicken rice and everything.
Yeah.
I would say try to stick to a meal plan with proper nutrition and in a
your
sense
macros need to jaga lah.
Exactly, you need to know your carbs, protein, and fats intake every single day. And
I've been tracking it for the last year.
To it, for at least 6 months, and I promise you'll see progress.
I have been doing it for a year.
But not gonna lie lah. I mean, like follow your story also. You have progressed, but it's just that you've been seriously working.
No, but to look Shaukat Jack is different, bro.
There's a but. It took me about 6 years to get here.
Oh,
You see.
Because I know you only started passionately on lifting probably like
a year and a half.
years?
Yeah, 2
yeah.
years.
So it took me 6 years to get here.
Okay.
I mean, like she knows how I used to progress. Like even before PKP, I started with Dr. Mike's principles in 2020. That was when RP was at its peak, right?
Bro, yeah, man.
So 6 years of seriously training and watching what I eat. Because even if you go to my car now, you'll see packed meals.
No way, bro.
And then on my shooting days,
That's how you are so consistent.
exactly. On my shooting days, I wake up, like, let's say if the call time is 6 in the morning, I wake up at 3 in the morning and I'll cook my meals.
Go to the gym.
Pack.
Bro, that's me. That's literally me last time also. But I couldn't keep up.
You have to stay consistent to it, and I promise you, you'll see the result.
I thought you were doing well, man. With your stories, you show us every Sunday you do meal preps.
Every Sunday, I meal prep cow for the week. I eat, but then I realized that I don't know why I'm not making progress. So
Probably another thing I just want to share with you. I think that you have unrealistic expectations of your progress.
oh, is it?
Yeah, so as in like when you feel like you're not progressing, because like he's been saying that, oh dude, you're progressing. But you are saying that I feel like I'm not progressing. But truth is sometimes you are progressing. It's just that you're not tracking 100% per se, as in like your body fat, your muscle mass. You're not tracking your weight. Like for me, I timbang every single day.
I do also. I timbang every single day also, dude.
Until today. or do you
Until
stop?
today, for a whole year already.
Okay,
but for 1 year lah.
So let me help you out lah. You're progressing lah. Your jawline is like getting sharper.
Thanks.
You're progressing.
That's what I said.
So that means you are progressing.
Unrealistic expectations.
You have unrealistic expectations. As in like you feel like you're not progressing, but actually you are progressing. It's just that you've been doing it for, let's say, 1 year. 1 year, is it? So 1 year, maybe just stick for at least 3 more years and you look exact as me. Probably.
I'll contact
Then
you.
you join his wrestling school.
Yeah.
That would be perfect.
I don't know how you do it, man. Like I was like looking at like, dude, look at his forearm, man. His forearm
I
is
know.
mad, bro. Like Jesus, take the wheel lah. He came out of the car, so I'm like, oh damn, bro, that's my dream physique lah, shit lah.
Just stay consistent. I promise you, you get your dream physique.
I stuck to the mic thing and then I just felt like I don't know why lah. Maybe because you see yourself in the mirror every day.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
could
so
be.
maybe that's why lah.
So
Yeah.
Diana, I want to go back to you and your wrestling journey, right? What is the biggest lesson you have learned, or something that you feel like, oh, I flipped the switch. It propelled me from being here to here.
What's the biggest lesson I learned?
Maybe you suddenly realize that, oh, this move, I realized I didn't do it right,
mean,
or
like
this facial expression.
in wrestling.
Yeah, just your wrestling journey. Like, because I think if let's just say you're close to going into the big leagues, right? They must have you must have some form of maybe a confidence. Maybe you have some anxiousness, but definitely there's some kind of confidence that tell yourself that I am good enough to be there as well.
I think I would say I think time. I know that's a bit different. Because like I feel like for the past like 2 years, I feel like macam like bila I nak pergi WWE, you know, that stuff. Like I've always like macam like
Idolize, you looked at it like it's the goal, right?
yeah, macam I've always macam tunggu like when will I make it, and then like am I doing enough? Like is this time for me to stop wrestling or that stuff? Because like, I feel stuck. Yeah, and I believe that macam with time and also like with the knowledge yang macam Coach Shaukat bagi, like it's like for me like the time now is like perfect because like for the past 2 years like I've learned a lot actually. Macam I feel like macam masa term like I feel like that was the time for me to go, but then like actually like I feel macam
So you're still in your peak season, is it?
Yeah.
Like for myself, yesterday we were talking. I was doing I'm doing a career switch to becoming a trainer, as in like not a physical trainer, but a digital marketing trainer. And after doing it for the past 4 years, right, as somebody who is assisting, helping out to leading my own classes, then it come to a point that right now I feel like, oh, I'm at my peak season. That I've done enough, make enough of mistakes. I've never been in the big leagues. I've never called myself as a trainer before, but I think I can do it. So I think that's what you meant. Like you've been doing it for quite some time.
The confidence.
The confidence, the time that you have invested, and you feel that I feel like I can go now.
Yep.
So maybe you have paid your dues. I think that's what you meant.
Yeah, and also like always believe in yourself, and then like always like macam like put yourself in a high.
Put yourself in a high position,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
Actually, I want to know for both of you guys, right? What is the thing that you kind of remind yourself every day to keep going? Because, like, I wouldn't say this is a very stable thing as well. You're really like forging forward in like uncharted territory, right? You're forging the industry, and then for you, you're doing this whole new thing to represent women who wear hijab and all that, right? But I'm sure that there are days, right, you feel like, my God, is this what I'm doing? And like, I don't know how. I'm sure there are days where you feel like absolute shit lah. You feel negative.
It's like I myself who has my own entrepreneurship journey. It's like it's a completely up
And complete down.
and then completely down the next day.
Yeah, but
So-
what do you all tell yourself during these moments? I really need to know, because like performance wise, like for example, you've been in this industry for a long time, and like after such a long time, right, you would like to think that I work so hard, physically, mentally, psychologically. You have your family as well. They're supporting you, and you're like, "Ayo, they deserve so much better." You were telling me about your kid and the dentist thing as well, and it's a lot going on, right? But what do you tell yourself every day, and what do you tell yourself every day, especially in the downest parts, What do you tell yourself?
To be honest, like I haven't felt down for the past year.
Wow, that's fantastic, bro. Damn.
For the past year, because I don't know how to explain this. I feel like I've achieved a sense of awareness, as in like I'm up there. I don't know how to explain this, but I feel like I'm up there in a sense where nothing bothers me anymore. That kind of thing. As in like I know I'll be successful. I know with all the hard work I put in, I will get where I want to be. I'm confident, like 100%. I know I'm gonna get there. So
You've reached that level in the past year, lah.
exactly. And I do feel sometimes there's a bit of doubt, but you always have to remind yourself you need to be aware of it. So we are human beings. We have to acknowledge our feelings. So let's say, for example, if I have this job that was supposed to happen in January, right? It was a talk. It was supposed to be a corporate talk, high paying, 5 figures, just for a couple of hours. So the guy cancelled the gig. And I felt upset. So I just allowed myself to feel upset for like 5 minutes. Like upset in a sense where I've already blocked my date because you told me to lock the date. And because I blocked the date, I've pushed other offers.
Shit
so
lah.
on and so forth. I just allow myself to digest that and feel that feeling of upsetness
Frustration.
for a while. And then I'll just say, you know what? Let's just move on. Just get back to the state of being where I am today and just move forward. That's it. That's how I deal with negativity today. Just allow myself to feel that thing just for a bit, and then I say move
Let
on.
go.
So when I started doing this exercise, it helps me to be in a state where I'm more productive, in a sense where, let's say, for example, when I feel down, I ask myself, what can I do to improve? What can I do to do more? Am I doing enough? Like, for example, let's say lack of progress. There were weeks when I was trying to get to a low percentage of body fat for
The show lah.
there's this shoot where I had to be shirtless
Yeah.
for Gayong. So at that point, I felt like my progress was a bit slow because I wanted to show my six pack and everything. And then I felt upset because progress was slow. But then I just digest it, and then I told myself, you know what? Next week, let's try this. I'll cut down maybe 200 calories more, and I'll just add in probably 10 minutes of extra cardio per day. So I did it and it worked. So
Oh shit.
that is short term lah, basically. But I think it also works long term in a sense where
The process is what you learn, not just the
Exactly.
action.
and the more positive state you are, have you guys heard about the law of attraction?
Oh, bro, confirm lah. But sometimes I feel like when people tell me, bro, it's a law of attraction, bro, then you're like, this is not the right thing I want to hear right now lah. You know what I mean?
So when you achieve that state of believing in it 100%, you don't have doubt anymore. That is when good things start to happen. And for the past year, so far I think my achievement is crazy for the past year. if you were to ask me, like I've actually directed a film that paid 5 figures for me to actually direct.
Shit, man. Congrats, man.
And then that movie made 13 million, and the feedback was mainly because of the action direction that I did. And then a lot of job offers, a lot of bookings in the States, a lot of just great things happening.
Nice.
And I would say I attribute it 100% towards the law of attraction and assumption, mainly being that I know good things will come my way as long as I keep pushing forward. That's about it.
Damn, bro. But before I go to you, I just want to know, what did you do before you achieved this maturity? So you were saying the past year, good things have been happening and you learn how to process and all these things. But I'm sure this is every human being also matures at a different rate, right? So I'm pretty sure when you were achieving this point at that time, what were the things you told yourself?
I was pretty much in survival mode in a sense where I need to do the best that I can to achieve what I want. That was before having the mindset of of being up there, right? So back then, the way I functioned was I just kept asking myself, am I doing enough to get what I want? Because like I do understand that if you want to get to point B and you are from point A, you need to make sure that A.1, A.2, A.3
needs to be fulfilled.
So I break things down in that sense and I try to achieve it bit by bit. Like every single thing that I do in the sense of filmmaking, in the sense of my workout programs or my diet, so on and so forth. Everything has small steps that you need to take in order to take yourself to where you want to be. So that was how I used to function back then. But now it's different in a sense where I still do this, where I break down the steps, but it's more of I do believe that I will eventually get to
Point B. Cool. Okay. Well, so for you, I'm sure he is in a different level, right? Seniority wise, experience wise. But currently, I know you're in your mid-20s. So what are some of the things that you tell yourself? Because not every day your friends, your family is going to tell you, keep up the good work.
Yeah, true.
It's so difficult, because it's your daily negativity in your head, especially when you're having tough moments, are the ones that you have to battle every single minute of the day. Yeah. So what do you tell yourself to keep pushing forward?
I think first thing is like I always think macam like if I didn't go to the gym today, and then like afterwards I feel bad, I feel like, oh my god,
I feel like shit.
Like go.
Yeah, I feel like shit.
Yeah. And like secondly, I always tell myself like it's okay to like susah now, because like it's for my future self. Because I know my future self, like she's very successful and that stuff. But for me to get there, I need to have the struggle first. So I've always macam like, it's okay, like you struggle now, like you have to work like this, and then like you have to like sacrifice your family time or friends time just to put in the work for yourself. So yeah, that's what I always tell myself, like it's okay to struggle now, but for your future self. Yeah.
Wow. I don't think I think about that enough, man.
Yeah.
Like I don't have like a future self in mind. I always think like I'm struggling, so I'm like, what am I doing wrong?
I wonder, is it because like we kind of work in the typical 9 to 9 job,
Oh, maybe lah.
So it's a little bit different, the way you pay your dues.
Yeah, true lah. And this is not my full-time job. My full-time job is managing events for my mom's company, right? So like to me, when I'm doing multiple things and like the timing wise, because when I work with people who do like videos, film and all that, or like in both of your cases, it's like entertainment industry, right? I understand, it's not exactly it's a fixed timing thing. I can relate. My job is not exactly fixed timing. Luckily, most of the time it is, but when it's not, then your progress can be derailed quite fast, because like 3 days you have to non-stop work an event, wake up 4 a.m., 3 a.m., call time. It's hard, man. So I always wonder, like, I don't know how successful people go through this process. It takes time to reach to that level of maturity. I think maybe I keep thinking, is it because like when you reach a certain age, you've gone through so much experience that you're like, actually, there's no point. You're angry, you're frustrated, you just take more time to feel more angry and frustrated, right? Then you like might as well just process for one and
yep.
Yeah.
So I want to ask, like, what is your best wrestling moment so far?
Oh,
Best wrestling moment.
Wow.
Wow, that's a deep question.
Okay, I think I know.
Yeah, you can answer first while I try to.
Because I think masa like when I was in 2019 when I had my first championship match, the Pentagon Pandemonium.
Oh.
Yeah, so in the match, it's
The
a
names are
5-way
amazing.
match.
5-way. Damn,
It's a
girl.
5-way match, and I'm the only girl. And
Wait, with the other guys.
yes,
Yeah, 4 guys one.
Wow.
and then also, so the match was I wasn't supposed to win, and then like at the very last minute, Shaukat like he
booked you.
changed
Yeah.
the
Storyline.
result.
Oh.
So and
But
that
what
was the match that
reasoning of that creative decision.
that was also the match that I went viral, and
Oh.
you know people get to know more about me, and I am always grateful for that match, and always grateful for Coach Shaukat as well for putting me in the match and booking that match.
Because, at that point, I do believe that she has everything it takes to.
Also, I may add on like there was the second match that I have taken off my mask.
Oh.
Yeah,
'Cause you
I
used to
used
wrestle with the
to
mask.
with the
Oh,
mask on
see.
actually. Yeah, so I wrestled with the mask for like about like 4 years, 3 years. Yeah, because like back then I was really scared to only wrestle with hijab because I don't know like how's people reaction, like do they gonna accept a hijabi like wrestling and all that stuff. But then like I gained confidence to just only wearing my hijab, and then like, I told coach like, is it okay if I take out my mask? And then I said, oh, okay, yeah, sure.
And not only that, taking a
So-
mask, you're committing to, the character, you have to
Yes.
live day by day, people say, hey, aren't you the one,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes you don't know how long you're going to be doing this, right?
Yeah.
So that's
So yeah, I was only in my second match in like really just wearing hijab. Yeah.
At that point, I felt like she needed people to know. I felt like a lot of people need to know about her
Well, actually, that's true.
at that point. So what better way than to put her up against guys and then have her win a championship in a match. So at that point it was me, her, and then there's Cornelius, Leo, Gotham, and Harry Ray at that point. So four guys and 1 girl. So they knew the results.
I
But
didn't know.
I told them not to tell her
Oh.
because
I
I
didn't know.
wanted her genuine reaction.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sometimes in wrestling, when somebody knows that they're gonna go over,
Then they're a bit overconfident and then they don't really show that. Yeah.
so once they win the championship, we don't get that actual
Response.
reaction
Yeah.
of them winning. So I told them to keep it quiet. Just
Because
I'll
like
tell her mid match.
like yeah, because like what I know was like Shaukat was supposed to go over. I'm like, okay, sure. Like yeah.
So I went out and I whispered to her, go cover him. Cover meaning pin the guy. Go cover him. And then she what? You're going over. So she went in and she covered, and then we had her actual reaction, which was beautiful, because she cried at that point in the match, and that everyone was with her. I mean, the whole audience felt because
Wow.
when they see true reaction, that is when
They
the audience
believe.
They feel
can
connected as
connect
well,
with
yeah.
you.
Yeah.
So when everyone saw that everyone was cheering for her, I was so happy because it's very difficult when
You're on the ground and you need to feel happy too. You're like,
and I hate to say this because I'm on such a level where audience just love me, Shaukat, as a whole. So like if anyone has a match with me, it's very difficult for me to get audience to notice the other person, to get the spotlight on them. And that is what I've been doing with APEC for the past, since I started. I just want audience to appreciate all the other talents more than me. I just want to give them the
the
platform.
limelight as well.
Yeah, so when the thing that I was afraid of the most in that match was that audience would be upset that I lost the match. But then we managed to made it in a way so that I can slowly go out while the whole adoration is on her
Wow.
at that point. So it worked. It worked very, very well. And then the whole match became viral. And then WWE wrestlers start to pick up the news as well. Mustafa Ali shared it. Sasha Banks. Quite a lot. Then she became a worldwide sensation. Like CNN.
What in the world?
Forbes,
ESPN.
ESPN. Forbes.
You have signed under Fitbit America as a
So
ambassador.
I
is
was
it?
an ambassador in 2021.
Oh.
Yeah,
Bid USA,
Fit
the
USA.
HQ, not Malaysia.
Yeah.
What the
I was
shit?
the ambassador for their campaign as well. Yeah.
And her commercial was played during a NBA playoff
No.
Wow.
in the States.
What the shit?
Sorry, bro, can you speak closer to the mic?
Ah, sorry.
No freaking way, man.
That's insane, man. The exposure. That's why maybe because you don't know them prior.
Yeah,
For me, no, it's like that's the same reaction I have as well. It's like the outreach that we Malaysians can have, you know, represented by these guys. You know, it's
But it's a
crazy.
double-edged sword for her because she's a hijabi Muslim, right? So when you see the Fitbit commercial come out, you see there's always very contrasting comments.
Oh, 100%.
True lah.
Number
yeah.
one is those who support her and who are inspired by her, and number two are the conservatives who would condemn her to hell. For example, again. So feel bad in the sense where she's stuck in there. Macam like for me, I'm blessed in the sense where anything that I do, everybody loves. So our hero, da. But at the same point, I feel like she is somebody who has more impact in a sense of she is representing something that nobody ever has, and I think it's normal to have two different contrasting feedbacks from the audience, and I think it's just sad because I feel like people should be more supportive rather than judgmental of what she does.
You know, I want to ask this question since we're talking about this. When we talk about conservatives, right, especially Malaysians, I'm sure you have seen the comments, or people who follow you have seen the comments, especially when you guys do practice, right? And then you shoot like Instagram reels, Instagram stories. And as somebody who has like at least, because I also have my own YouTube channels, you know, I deal with stupid comments. Your eyes are too small. You know, where are your eyes? You know, all this kind of stuff. So for yourself, you know, you have these few years to get used to these comments. How have you got manage these things better for yourself?
I think like for me right now, like their comments, I'm just like ignore. Because I feel like when I post my wrestling training, it's because for my brand as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also I feel like because like people follow me for wrestling content, so that's what I put out. Yeah, so I'm thinking about that right now. Yeah.
True. Yeah. Then the post that I saw that random people come and comment about like
Yeah.
the sensitivity part are actually not wrestling fans. Now that I think
Yes.
about it.
Yep.
Because if you see their Instagram, you'll see like some conservatives were saying that, yeah, you cannot do this, you know, blah, blah, blah. Then only I realized, oh yeah. So that means your clips are going viral.
Yeah, her views is like 4 million, 6
Yeah.
million.
Wow.
It's always on the FYP. So you get a lot of non-wrestling fans watching it who don't understand it and would just definitely condemn her.
And this is a great way of how wrestlers get over. Because they will say like, I don't like her. She's not doing this right. Then they might want to see her. And then if she becomes a bad character, and then it's like, well, actually she's not bad.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it was like this is
You were
after I went
19,
viral. Yeah, this is when I was 19. Yeah. Yes, this was the match, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow, you look so different, Shaukat.
Smaller back then.
You know, it's like speaking of you telling her that she will go over midway, right? I noticed that in the last event when you were fighting with
Alpha.
Kid Alpha, you were the bad guy and Kid was the good guy. But midway through, Kid became the bad guy through his mannerisms. Is that intentional? Because I see he started to show like some bad guy's tendencies.
The intention was it was supposed to be two good guys, but I designed the storytelling in a sense where people would want him to win. Because like I said, I want the
limelight
to be on the
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I'm just too loved.
Yeah, I saw it happening in the match. He's supposed to be this bad guy, right? This what mentor was a student kind of storyline. And then midway through, the student is like having this fuse on his head, you know, it started becoming bad guys using dirty tactics, and then that's how they flip the script. Yeah.
It's very difficult. Because
To listen to audience lah, yeah.
yeah, so like I think like I'm very, very good with getting emotion out of people. So sometimes I do it without even realizing it. Because the way I sell, the way I reach out to the audience through my performance,
Yeah.
is very genuine to the point that they would then start to feel bad for me. That they want to support me. So sometimes it happens.
So did you actually tell sorry, what's his name? Kid, is it? Alpha. Did you tell Alpha to switch midway?
Not really. I just told him to give me your all.
Oh.
Give you what?
Give me your all. Like you mean it. Like you really want to win the match. Perform like you really want to win the match.
Oh.
So probably that was his interpretation of
I
wanting to win
see.
the match.
I see. Got it. Interesting.
Well, okay. I know you it's over 3:30 lah, right? But I just got one more question, if you don't mind, for both of you guys.
Alright.
He mentioned before, and this was like a year and a half-ish ago, that wrestlers tend to cut their forehead a little bit, that type of thing, for that blood thing. Have you guys done that before?
I can't.
I have done it in practice. Like just at home, and then I try to cut and see the blood, how it bleeds and everything, and how deep to cut so it doesn't leave
A scar.
a scar. But I've never done it in a match per se. I've bled a lot of times in a match the hard way. Hard way meaning unplanned.
Oh,
so
sure.
Kind of like hit where it's thin or where it's bony, then cuts, then it bleeds out. But I've never intentionally bleeded myself in a match.
Oh, damn. When he told me that, I was shooketh, man. Because all I saw wrestling was just a planned fight in a way. Because when I was younger, I was very confused with the whole wrestling versus, American wrestling. They have a ring and then they grapple and all that. And I always thought, like, do you graduate from that to WWE?
Oh.
Do you graduate from that to UFC? Then I was like, what is going on? And only is later on I realized, oh shit, it's a different facet of entertainment altogether. So he told me that they actually cut and all that. Wow, I was shocked, man. I was like, I wonder if you guys do it too. So curious. Okay, I know you guys need to go. I don't want to hold you guys back. It's like way beyond already. But you guys want to shout out anything before you guys go? Any upcoming shows? I'll try my best to be there.
Oh no, I'm gonna drag you there.
You gonna drag me? Okay, okay.
Nick there as well.
Our next show is on the 22nd of February.
Bloody
This
hell,
is like
bro.
the first announcement.
Japan.
I'm in Japan, lah, dude. Ayo. Oh man.
22nd of February. So if you guys want to try to experience live pro wrestling, come and watch. It's a whole different thing to be in the audience rather than watching on video. We have converted a lot of non-fans into fans just by being in the audience because they love the experience so much. To feel the energy amongst ourselves.
Where is it up?
We are mostly based in Puchong, Space Rubik's Puchong.
Space what?
Space Rubik's.
Oh, Space Rubik's Puchong.
That's where iFoy Central was. They rebranded to Space Rubik's, right?
Okay.
So, and if any of you guys want to become a pro wrestler,
Especially you girls.
Oh, hell yeah.
Come and try. I will, I
He's your
will
mentor,
be
man.
training you guys as well. Jangan malu.
Okay.
we need more girls.
We need more girls.
And especially APEC Wrestling is the perfect platform if you want to become a pro wrestler on a higher level.
Yes.
Because we have the contacts to the United States. We have WWE scouts watching our show. I mean, like,
Wow.
what other wrestling promotion in the world or Southeast Asia per se can say that they have WWE scouts watching their
man.
shows?
Okay. Maybe you give me your link of how to buy the ticket and everything. I'll put it in the description so that people are interested, they can go and buy the ticket. Is it online ticket type of thing? Or?
Yeah. Usually we use ticket to you, but for now, any inquiries or any information, you just find APEC Wrestling on all platforms.
Okay. All right. You can give me the links later on. I'll put it in the description. Lah.
All
right, dude.
Anything?
No?
You guys check out.
Thank you guys for coming on.
Thank you
This
for
was
having us.
a fantastic episode. I feel like it could have been a lot longer, but it's okay. I know you guys got things to do.
Pleasure.
Yeah, but thank you so much for coming on the podcast. I really appreciate both of you.
Thank you guys.
Thank you so much. Okay, you can go back to me and clap first.
Great sharing, guys.
Oh, crazy man.